Hi, guys. I'm Jessica Mulder.
And I'm Nick Kaminsky.
And this is
The Hard Way.
This is a podcast where we talk about mistakes because, I mean, come on. All you do is make mistakes, and that's how you learn. And just sitting down with fellow mistake makers and talking about stories of where we learned things the hard way, right?
We've all learned things, super more difficultly than we needed to. Super more difficultly. We're here to talk about the fucked up things we've done. But look, we're not fucking life coaches here. We're not here to tell you how to live your life. We're not here to really fix your problems
or give you the answers.
I know
anything.
I have no answers.
Yeah.
This is not that kind of podcast. It's more of a let's just share together. Let's live in our shared experiences and let's fucking laugh because it's way too hard otherwise.
Yeah, it really is. And, we're not here to regret. We're just here to be like, we've been there. You're not alone. We all learn things the hard way, right?
Let's not feel worse than we all already do.
Exactly. And so today
we have our first very special, very lovely guest, Mr. Landon Hughes.
Hello.
Stand-up comedian, great friend of ours, and he is
gorgeous
just
man.
So gorgeous.
As you said stand-up comedian, I thought I took the order and was about to just stand up. I'm like, why?
I thought he should stand up.
This is an audio medium. I don't think they can see my ignorance.
Just stand up for a second.
Just stand up.
No. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's doing it. He's standing. No, he's...
Yeah.
Thank you guys for having me here.
Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah.
Totally. This is our first episode.
This is the first one ever.
It's very exciting. It's going to be pretty vulnerable because we're going to talk about how dumb we are, but it's okay.
At first, this seemed like a real fun idea for a podcast.
Yeah.
Like, the hard way, that's catchy. And then I was like, oh, shit, I have to talk about all the horrible things I've done and continue to do.
Exactly. So what's our topic today, Nick?
Today, our topic is it's a good one.
Yeah.
It's an opening.
Yes.
It's broad, but it's something that we can all relate to. Today's lesson is something we've all learned the hard way. Don't lose your cool.
Don't lose your cool.
Don't do it.
Yeah. Have you lost your cool before?
You mean today?
Yeah.
You mean the drive over here?
Yeah. We took a 3-minute drive over, and I didn't lose my cool on the drive over because you were driving.
Yeah, totally.
Well, you guys didn't have to come 30 miles away.
I know. I had to.
Yeah.
Nick got to roll over here somersault style because he lives down the street.
Yeah, he's like, oh yeah, there's a 7-minute walk and tons of parking by my place.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, asshole.
I didn't
Let's do this
use
at my
my
place
legs
next time.
to get here
Yeah.
once.
Oh my God. You know what we almost learned the hard way when we got here is we're like, oh, let's not park in this expensive lot. We'll park on the street. Didn't pay the meter. Had to go back.
Walked right away.
I know. Don't do that,
There's
dude.
a Mercedes out there right now with a big old ticket on it.
Oh my God. $75 because I didn't want to pay 75 cents. Bad.
Guess what that Mercedes owner is going to do pretty soon?
Just get a new car.
He's going to lose his cool.
Oh. True.
And then he's going to get a new car because he's like, fuck this. I've
Yeah.
got too many bad memories.
Yeah.
I do lose my cool. I feel like I lose my cool pretty often. What about you guys?
Yeah, I would say that I do. I haven't seen either of you lose your cool before.
No? You've never seen me lose my cool?
No. I've seen you guys be very calm, almost like weirdly calm that I'm like, when are they going to snap?
I wonder.
Don't take me to a Walmart. No.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I don't do that. I do that, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's been done in my life where I've blown up in front of people, but there's like 4 instances in my life. But I don't. It's more like you said. It's like don't put anything that's just embarrassing. Put something that it really changed. And no, anytime that I just felt like a dick, and most people forgave me anyway.
Yeah.
And I can honestly say, because I've probably blown up at other people, not like we're already arguing and the fight intensifies, but I've blown up. I can count it on 3 of Landon's hands. But I feel like most of the times when it happened, something good came out of it too. Because sometimes you gotta say how you're feeling and it can help. But this is the hard way.
Yeah.
And I try not to lose my cool around other people, but that's gonna bring me to my story.
Oh,
that I have
let's
to talk
hear it,
about.
dude. I can't wait. Let's go.
All right, so I have what the scientists would call a bit of an anger problem. And it's mostly I try to keep it contained to myself, and I feel like when you lose your cool, I've got 2 tenets that I try to follow because I can't always control all my anger.
Okay.
It's impossible to control your emotions at all, I'm pretty sure, right? for all humans.
Yeah, because then it just stays in you, and then your energy changes, and everybody's like, "What's wrong with you?" And then you're like, "Bah, yeah."
And I refuse to be responsible for anything I ever do or say. So no, I'm joking. But so my 2 things that I try to stick to about losing your cool is I don't want to do it when it comes to things that I have no control over.
Okay.
Because that's just a waste of energy. Like, why lose your cool because the internet is going slow?
Right.
And don't get me wrong, I go fucking crazy when the internet's going slow. I'd rather have no internet
but
than slow internet.
But if that little thing is bothering you, there's already an Atlas level of shit on your back.
Yeah.
That you're already to where the
It's
straw...
not about the internet.
It's never about the Wi-Fi.
So then my second point about losing your cool is don't do it around other people.
Oh, yeah. No witnesses.
That's no fucking witnesses.
Go to your room and punch a pillow.
Yeah.
Go to your room.
Not the wall, because people will see that shit later.
That was almost the story. I almost told the story about, like, one of my knuckles is larger on my punching hand than the other.
Is there like any dude that doesn't punch a wall when they're angry? Because to me, I'm like, who taught you
Landon,
that?
do you
It's
punch a
all
wall?
built in.
No, but I was at a bar the other night, and I look
A
at
wall
the
punched
door,
you.
and there's 2 holes in it. I was like, I know where that's from. That's a bad night.
That's just drunken
Get me
anger.
out of here.
Yeah.
I know what they look like.
I'm aware of their existence. No, but that's good for you, man. I haven't punched a wall in a long time.
Good.
It's been a couple years.
Wow, give him
Been
that
a couple
coin.
weeks. I know. But so I try to do it. If I'm gonna lose my cool, I try to do it alone. You know, in a solitary fucking confined space, so that no one could see what like a horrifying human being I can just devolve into when like I get the slightest inconvenience in my life. And the thing that I end up getting the most irritated, and I do both. So this story, I lose my cool over something I have no control over and in public.
Okay. Can't wait. Yes.
So I would say a lot of my constant irritation comes from taking public transit in LA, which, I mean, I should just get a fucking car. But then that would be another reason for me to lose my cool too. So for now, I'm taking the bus and I'm taking the train, and it's honestly not that bad most of the time. The worst part about taking the train or the bus isn't like how late the bus is, it's how bad the trackers for the bus are. You know, like it says 3 minutes, and then you check it 5 minutes later, and it says 3 minutes, and then you check it 5 minutes later, and it says 4 minutes, and it's like just...
Well, I mean, it is traffic, and it's a bus, so...
I know, but I feel like there's got to be some sort of, like, algorithm.
Yeah. Or it should say, like, 3 minutes-ish. You know?
Give me, pad it. Or just always add 10 more minutes.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
something.
I need a positive spin.
Yeah.
I'm an American.
Yeah, exactly. I need
Exactly.
things now, but if I can't get them now, lie to me about it a little bit.
Hide those fucking facts.
Hide those facts, make me feel important, and give me a corn dog.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw Wiener Schnitzel driving over here. I was so excited. Anyways.
No, I want to eat there. I've never lost my cool in a Wiener Schnitzel. But so, like, I sometimes will lose my cool when I'm at the bus, and it's like when I'm late for work or I'm trying to make it to a place. Like, I know that I've got an ocean of other shit resting on my fucking psychologically wary shoulders, but but so I'm waiting at the bus, and just when it just says 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, and then 0, and then it still hasn't come, and I'm like, well, if it's 0, then I would see a bus here. Is this bus invisible? Is this an invisible bus? I don't think buses are invisible.
Already losing his mind.
So I've lost my cool. I have lost my cool at this point. And like, there's not a lot of, I don't know a lot of these bus stop folk. It's okay if they see me getting a little, but at this point, I'm kind of pacing a little bit. I'm kind of like, I'm sitting at the bus, and I sit down, and then I get irritated after 30 seconds, and I walk into the middle of the street, not while traffic is coming, but to see if I can see the bus coming, and I don't see it. And I'm getting irritated, and I'm gently muttering to myself a little bit. I've lost my cool at this point. And
You
then
are officially bus stop person.
I know.
This dude over here.
We said we didn't want to just talk about something embarrassing. I'm like, let's just let everybody know how terrible I am in the first 10 minutes of this podcast. And so then
You're mumbling?
I'm just irritated. I'm audibly
Pacing,
irritated.
mumbling like an angry hobo.
A little
waiting
bit.
for the bus.
For a moment.
Right.
And and someone who I know from the stand-up scene happens to walk past the bus stop to go to his place of work.
What are the odds?
Honestly,
I run into all y'all everywhere in LA.
But so he sees me when I'm standing, and I'm not like yelling. At this point, I'm not muttering to myself constantly, but like he sees me like in the middle of the road, like kind of like staring for the bus to come down, and he sees me, and I see him, and we make eye contact, and we go, "Hey." And then he kept walking, and I have never been able to like hold a conversation with that comedian again.
Well, because you were weirdly standing in the road, pacing, talking to yourself angrily. He didn't want any part of that, dude.
I don't blame him.
Yeah.
That's real bus culture, too. Like, people walking out just to check to see how far down the road it is.
It's very uncool.
Were your hands on your hips angrily?
No.
Oh, man.
No, I was holding my phone, probably.
Yeah. And
that's pretty bad.
And so now whenever you see him, you're just like, I'm embarrassed.
Yeah. But it's not just embarrassed. It's like I let the outside world, like especially like I let this scene, like this part of my life, like see this terrible inside, that
right,
like
well,
you try not to.
Because you're normally like sitting at a table having a beer when he sees you, and then now it's like, what's Kaminsky doing in the road? Why is he talking to himself? He's not on the phone. Why is he so angry?
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's dive into that.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to dive into it. I mean, sadly, you guys are friends with me, and we decided to do a podcast together.
Nobody wants any part of it, dude. We're going to find Nick in the fucking road later and be like, what's happening again?
I'm going to become I'm going to live at the bus stop at Fairfax and Melrose. At some point in my life. I've already chosen that one.
Oh, I used to live down there, Melrose and Hayworth.
At the bus stop?
Close enough.
Nice.
Yeah. I would have waved.
In a tent
I would have said,
under
hey.
the bus stop.
So you shouldn't lose your cool at all. And if you're going to do it, don't do it about things you can't control. And don't do it in fucking public.
You know what? That wasn't that bad. But I see how it's not good. It doesn't make you look like a cool guy. That's for sure. You don't. You don't look
sound like one.
You don't look cool. You don't sound cool. You're embarrassing me, frankly, already. But I'm like,
cool.
I'm a little worried to tell my story later now because I'm like, wow, I'm gonna be a psychopath.
Thank God.
Yeah. Okay.
I can fucking breathe a
which
sigh
we knew.
of
Which we
relief.
knew this because we told each other kind of like what we were gonna talk about. And it's like let's put yours at the end, Jess, so you don't ruin everyone's life at the beginning.
Do you guys get really angry when you drive? Do you guys
yes.
kind of lose
oh
your
my
cool
God.
when you drive?
Yes.
I can only listen to classical music when I drive.
Every time I get in his car, it's like do do
Yeah.
do do do, and he's just like, "Hello, welcome to
Because
Landon."
yeah, God forbid Rihanna be on or something. I'm flying. It all works. Yeah.
No, dude. In my car, like I'm like screaming at everybody. I'm like, "Where are you going? What are you doing? Make a move, bro." And I'm just like, if anybody sees me in through the window, they're gonna be like, "What is that vein in your neck, and why is it so large?" No good.
LA traffic talk.
Yeah.
I used to be like terrified that like one of my friends would put like a little spy camera in my car, and then they would see like how crazy I would get when I was driving by myself. A lot of it's just scream singing, but then a lot of it's just screaming also, and like no one would be my friend, and I couldn't blame them, you know? Like, you gotta keep your
I'll
cool
take my
about
own
you.
car.
Yeah, Nick, I don't think you need a car because if you're getting that angry at the bus, you're not going to like this traffic situation, dude.
Yeah, somebody's already behind that wheel for you.
Yeah.
I agree.
I was kind of hoping, though, the bus would come and you'd scream at the bus driver and then be banned from that bus.
Never.
Yeah.
I've never lost my cool with a bus driver. That's shitty.
Well, that's cool. Yeah.
I've never lost my cool with anyone on the bus. It's just when I'm waiting for it.
Oh, yeah.
It's the next story in a few weeks.
Yeah, right. So I need to make some redactions.
Yeah. All right.
So yeah, I lost my fucking cool. Landon, what about you?
Let's hear it, dude.
You got a tale?
Yeah, I see. I don't. Okay,
Or
I had to
however you
have learned a lesson, or if something
Or
happened.
change your behavior a little bit because, like, now he knows don't stand in the road and pace around because you might see a comic, and now you're awkward as shit when you see them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so losing my cool. All right, so it's okay. This Iraq story. Can I be all veteran about it?
Yeah, dude.
Okay, real
Oh
quick.
shit.
Yes.
I wait for the bus.
Yeah.
So did we. It's actually connected.
There were buses in Iraq that
No,
you waited for?
we used to have these big giant deuces, like deuce and a halves, like these big like.
Hold on.
Wait,
What does that mean?
Explain what a deuce is.
I know what that
Landon
means.
often says words and he like acts like I should know, and either I'm a dummy or I'm just like, please tell me what this means.
Or I'm making words up and nobody's caught me yet.
You potentially could, and I would just believe it. I'd take it as fact. All right. Deuces.
Deuces. We're like this deuce. It's our bus to take us from where I was working at the time. It was a cement plant, and my job in Iraq was to watch the workers, making sure they weren't planting bombs, counting steps, taking pictures, writing notes, things like that. And
lots
I was
of pressure.
Holy shit.
cut to now, yeah. But it was pretty chill too. You just hung out with the local Iraqis and like had tea with them, and like they weren't all evil. Like hopefully all of us aren't. But we're out there and. We had a really hot day, and Landon trying to be super nice to everybody lets everyone go to lunch before him. So everyone jumps on the deuce and a half, takes off. I'm alone. I'm just watching the plant by myself. Great, fine. They take the longest time ever to return to me to either pick me up to bring me lunch or to relieve me something. It takes like 3 hours.
Stop.
And I just now I feel get like mad because like
you've been fuming now. My
now
God.
that's
just
fucking asshole. Yeah,
sweating in it.
In the middle of this freaking desert. Anyways, I'm just it's peaked. It's in my mind, and they finally pull up. Everyone's all fat and happy, and they jump out that freaking.
I'm sure most of them were not fat,
but they're happy, and he's pissed.
But they're happy, and you're not.
I'm not having that. But I didn't say anything. Like I could feel it, but I knew, and I'll still come back to that. But I knew I wanted to blow up. Is what I'm trying to say. Like, but I'm holding it in. I'm like, no, be a professional, Landon. You're literally in uniform. Like, be a damn professional. But I get to go up on the deuce. I'm getting up, on the big tire, and all of a sudden, in the back of me, there's an airman who yells out, "Hey, Landon, where are you going? Lunch is over." And I was like. I'm feeling it now. I felt like it was Disneyland inside of like this whole release I'm about to do. And I did it. I stood up on this giant truck and screamed at a dude that was at least, I don't know, 55 pounds more muscle than I was in just his neck. Like, just this bear of a man. And I screamed. I was like, you don't know what my fucking day's been like. Y'all just... step on me because I'm the youngest here and nobody gives a shit about me and I'm giving you all the free and I'm just and then people like walking away, but it's just this one bear dude just looking at me. I'm like, and as I'm yelling, I'm like, okay, pull it back, Landon, because he could charge and turn you into mayonnaise. Like,
oh my God.
They take I sit. It stops. I stop screaming. I sit. It's like the quietest it's ever been out there. I'm just like, God. This is scary. I'm freaking everybody out, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm a little freaked out.
I take the truck back, get my food, and I don't even eat it there because I'm so still like buzzing. Like I'm not mad anymore. Now I feel kind of guilty.
Yeah.
Now I don't know.
Oh yeah, it's just everything. Every emotion possible.
Is this guy gonna
swirling.
whoop my ass? Like all of this, like all these emotions now, but nothing is. I feel better.
Yeah.
So I feel like this nightmare. Cut to the night of. I go into the shower tents or the shower trailers, and I finish my shower. I'm coming out, as I'm drying off. I open the door to walk out, and who's coming right in to take his night shower now?
The big bear.
The big bear, man. And
Neck bear.
Neck bear. Neck bear. That's a smooth bear, though, too. Yeah. Neck bear came right up to the door, opened it, looked directly in the eyes, and was like, Landon, I'm so sorry, bro. I didn't mean that. I didn't know that you were the last one to go. Nobody told me. I was just joking, but I didn't mean it. Like, he felt so bad that he thought he was hurting my feelings. And after I just spewed all this bullshit, he took it like a man. He took it all and just washed over him. And that's a lesson that I learned was just like,
that had to make you feel so much worse.
What?
That had to make you feel so much worse.
Oh, absolutely. Well, that was the end. Like, that never crossed my mind that he actually was sensitive. And like,
right, well, because you're thinking, you're like, these people aren't respecting me. They don't care. They
and
don't
not that
whatever.
I was looking for that,
right? But like, so now that he's being so nice, you're like, oh my God, I'm such a dick.
Yeah.
Like if I was just like, hey, dude, I didn't get to go to lunch. Everybody went for 3 hours. He'd have been like, oh, cool, man. Go ahead. Go eat your little sandwich. But instead, they're like, wow, careful with Landon. He's going to fucking
And
lose
that
it.
was the talk for a couple days afterwards. It's like, hey,
We're like Mad Dog Landon.
Yeah.
I think Landon got bit by something. Just keep an eye on him.
No one ever feels better after they've lost their cool. Maybe you need to blow up. Maybe you need to like say some words. Maybe you need to get angry. That's okay.
Right.
You can't lose your fucking cool.
Right.
You know?
Because also, like, to that point, like, if, and what you guys have been saying, you've already held so much on your shoulders. So, like, it's kind of your fault. Like, if you would have, set a boundary ahead of time and been like, hey, guys, you would have released some of that rage. But because you, like, held it in for so long, now you're the dick.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter anything that happened before this. Like, if you're the last one to explode, that's all that everybody remembers. The next 2 days, they're not talking about how everybody's an asshole and took a 3-hour lunch and left Landon watching a cement plant, which is already insane in its own right. Like, I'm like, what if this cement gets out of control? How are you supposed to deal with it?
I think it was Gandhi or Don Draper or one of the Chipmunks who said, you can't control how other people feel. You can only control how you react to how those people feel.
That's the thing. You got your reaction matters, like, because you will be the talk of the town. Like I said, for 2 days, and like, how long did you feel bad about that after, like, that you just couldn't get it out of your head?
Well, cut to 15 years later, I still feel bad.
Exactly.
Because it could have just been like, hey, Bear Bro, I haven't eaten yet. I'm sorry.
I really need to go get some fucking grub.
And
I'm sorry.
And I remember hearing him yell out, he was playing with me. Like, he was just being pokey as I'm trying to. He wasn't checking me.
Yeah.
Like, where's he think he's going? It's not like that.
It was just...
So he was even, like, joking, and you could have been like, are you kidding, man? But no, you just lost it.
I was on fire.
Oh, my God. And now everybody...
Little baby me on fire.
How old were you?
20.
Oh, that's so cute.
Oh, no, 19. I was 19.
Oh, that's cuter. And oh, my God. And not just that, but then you're also like... Everybody treats me like this because of this. They're like, wow, I had no idea you had this whole, like, list of qualms with us until you exploded over lunch, dude. You exploded over lunch. Wow, Landon.
And you chew with your mouth open and you smell that.
Nuts.
But the thing is like, I still had to go back and sleep in the tent and come back to work the next day with everybody. It wasn't like I could just, like, half baked it and be like, you're cool, I'm out. It's like, where are you going? Iran? Like, get back here.
Dude, and I also love the visual of you standing on this giant tire, just, like, yelling as a small guy at this big guy. And it's like, he could scale this and murder me.
I'll show you pictures of me standing next to the Deuce and a half.
Do.
Yeah.
Please. I would love to, like...
we'll put them up.
Yeah, I would love to put that on the... website whenever we put that up.
Whenever that
Just put that little Getty image thing on the button. I'm kidding.
Is it a Getty image? Are you famous?
No, not at all.
I'll Photoshop you into one if you're not on it. But
so
if that's one of the worst stories you have about losing your cool in the military, then you did great.
Yeah.
No, I killed the military. I rocked it. I was amazing.
No, but
at
that's like perfect
I didn't think you said you
just
killed it in the military. I thought you said something else.
No, I was a medic.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, they're like, don't piss Landon off. He'll just let us die, dude. Like, could you imagine?
Well, my license expired.
Good.
Let him go.
Damn. Yeah,
that's
a good story, man.
Yeah, that's a good one, dude.
Clearly you've internalized
And I feel, because I could feel it. But I could talk about it now. And
but like you still like know later, you're like, I didn't like how that felt.
Yes.
After that, I didn't feel better. Like nobody felt better after doing that.
And then, like you said, him apologizing didn't even make it better.
Yeah.
It just made it even more.
Yeah, because now you're like, I'm a dick. I didn't know he was sensitive enough. Yeah, but like it would, you know now not to make yourself feel like that because like it doesn't make you feel better.
Right, you can't be the bigger guy both literally and figuratively.
Yeah, no, you can't.
Damn it.
You can't. Whew. All right,
Good old bare neck. Do you guys still talk?
No, I talked to all of them. I talked to like some of the girls that like I used to hang out in the girl tent. We weren't supposed to, but it wasn't for anything outside of playing
Nothing
spades.
nefarious.
No, I wish I was boring. I'm beige.
Oh, you're beige. So yeah, losing your cool.
Losing the cool.
Excellent, dude.
Jess, how about you?
Oh God. See, now I'm just like afraid. But I'm gonna do it because fuck it, right?
Don't be afraid. Be empowered by your insanity.
So, okay. So I'm going to preface this
Please.
with saying, all right, this was me at 19 years old.
Okay.
First and only time I've ever been arrested. Okay. And I just want to tell you that like we all have a capacity we can go to, and this is when I learned what mine was. And I did not like that girl, but also like, dude, you're in jail. Like you're not yourself. I'm telling you. Okay,
Jailed,
so
Jess.
before you judge me, know that I don't like her either. Okay, so it's fine. All right, so 19 years old, get arrested.
For what?
Go to jail. I got arrested for just having a good time, dude. I was like 19 in college, and like I was like in like student affiliated housing with my roommate, also named Jessica. And
God.
Yeah, right. And
the Jesses.
Yeah, the Jesses. And she like we were like, we're gonna be good. We're not gonna like go out and drink and drive and get in trouble. And like, but we were underage and we had like fake IDs. So we would order this beer delivery service called Nightcaps, K-N-I-G-H-T, because I went to UCF and it was the nights. Oh, cute. And they'd bring us alcohol. We had like weed and stuff, and we were just like drinking and smoking, eating pizza, whatever. And like we made too much noise because it was like a Tuesday night or something. And so then the cops came to like tell us to shut up. And
two of you just too loud?
No, well, there were people over. We had like people over. Yeah.
Student affiliated houses, so that's not like the dorms.
It wasn't dorms. It's like apartments that are owned by the thing. So it was
are
like
they like on campus or
no,
they're
they're right off campus, but it's still like the campus police, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And then they pass you to the real police.
And they're cops.
Yeah.
We go right from the military in
yeah,
Iraq to,
I know, to rent a cop.
Off-campus security.
Yeah. But like, so anyway, they
so you guys
come.
Are partying.
Yeah, we're partying. They come and like my drunk ass is like at the door, right? And they're like, let me see your ID, because they like look in and they see that there's beer everywhere. And they're like, give me your ID. And so I take too long to take my ID out. And so he grabs my wallet and he pulls out my fake ID and he goes, well, this is already a felony because it's altered, because it was like after 9/11 and stuff, and if you altered a fake ID, apparently it was way worse than having like one that was someone else.
Oh, he felt good.
Yeah,
too.
so he's like, so he goes, anyway, we're coming
that.
in. So he comes in, like starts finding weed and bongs and all this stuff.
I just want you to know that if we didn't mention 9/11 in this first podcast, I would have considered it a failure.
Oh yeah, well now we've checked the box. So anyway, so they're rifling through my apartment now, filled with paraphernalia and drugs and what have you, things that you do in college because you're just having fun, whatever.
Yeah.
And you know,
learning.
Yeah, exactly. They kick everybody out. Me and Jess are arrested, and
you were,
and there's like so many folds of like learning the hard way in here. So I'll say one thing that she yelled at me because earlier that day I got a black cat tattoo. And she was like, don't you do it, you're gonna screw us. And then like as we're sitting there in handcuffs, she's like, I fucking told you not to get that black cat tattoo.
What a wild day.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Where was this? Was this in Florida?
This was in Florida, of course, and in Orlando, Florida. So like near Mickey, but not quite, you know, because it was the campus, like the college area. So anyway, we get arrested, we go to jail, and we're going through like the intake part. First mistake. Don't make a joke during intake because they don't think you're funny. They think you're a criminal. So I make a joke where it's like the stupidest thing ever. I'm just like annoyed to be in jail, like as if I didn't do this to myself. I'm just like so entitled, not taking it seriously. It's like a 19-year-old. Yeah. And they ask me all these questions like, are you going to harm yourself? Are you going to this? You know, are you on drugs or whatever? And then they kind of repeat the same question again. That's like, are you going to like kill yourself? You know, for lack of remembering exactly how they worded it. And I'm thinking they already asked me this. I was like, well, I'd rather shoot myself in the face than be in jail right now. Is that what you want to hear? And they were like, and then the lady yells, solitary. And I'm like, oh no. So they put me in the mental ward in solitary confinement in my little jumpsuit, right?
Jesus Christ. Wait, describe that. What color was the jumpsuit? Was it
blue.
orange?
It was navy blue. Yeah.
Fun.
And so it was navy blue, and I had little white granny panties on, right? Take all my stuff away, like my earrings out.
Did they give you those?
Yeah, they give you these gross. I don't know if they like rewash them like at a hotel or they come out of a bag, but like a plastic bag. I'm sure they're used. Who knows?
No, but you should have known better not to be there.
I should have known better not to be there. I should have known better not to make a joke. This ain't funny. They're dealing with assholes all day. Like they think.
I love that you haven't lost your cool yet.
No, I haven't lost my cool yet, dude. This is just like how I get to the place. Because
this is still prefacing.
Yeah, I'm still prefacing because it gets worse. Okay, It gets worse. All right, so they put me in this glass cube with a metal platform, my bed, and a toilet attached to a water fountain. And there's like a little food hole, and like I can see like the lady who's like guarding me or whatever. And I'm like talking through the food hole. I'm like, hey. I'm like, hey, so I'm trying to be nice at this point. I'm like, hey, because I realize I've made a mistake, and I'm like, I shouldn't be in here. I'm like, can I get my phone call now? And she's like ignoring me, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Every movie I've seen, you get a phone call, like I need somebody to know I'm here. I need to get out. Because I can't even tell what time it is. Like I'm about to lose it. And so she's like, finally, after I asked for my phone call, I'm like, I have rights, ma'am. Can I please have a phone call? She's like, and this is over the course of like 20 minutes, by the way, or who knows,
just
maybe
a
long time talking through the food hole. She's ignoring me. She finally answers me and she goes, you don't have any rights. Shut the fuck up.
Jesus.
And I lose my shit.
Yeah.
And this is the first time I lose my shit, by the way, because it gets worse. So I start screaming and I'm like, who the fuck do you think you are? Fuck you. I'm like yelling, still drunk and like fucked up, obviously, but still maniac, like you're already in the mental ward. Like, don't give them a reason to keep you here, And so
you're
I'm like,
major leagues
I'm
already.
screaming at her, whatever. She's ignoring me. She's real good at it. And I'm just like, So now I'm like a maniac psycho, earning my keep in the mental ward, pacing around. And then I'm like, just like yelling little jibes at her through the photo, like lift up the food hole. I could have killed myself 10 times by now with all these metal platforms. And she just like looks over, looks back. She's like, whatever. No, just like psycho. And
10 more hours in the hole.
Yeah, right? And then eventually, this is like hours later, like, I'm like having issues because I had like just got my wisdom teeth out. Like I said, this is a rough day.
What a day.
My face hurts. Okay. My face is swollen. So I'm like trying to be nice again. I'm like, really? My face hurts. I need to see a doctor, and like just trying to like get her to pay attention to me. And like, because it turns out I had like an infection, whatever, all bad things in the jail cell. And then finally she goes to like bring me my food. So clearly I've been here for several hours. It's time to feed me, right? So she puts the tray through the food hole. And like at this point, it's been hours. I'm in solitary confinement. I cannot stress this enough. I'm losing my mind.
Yeah.
I think I'm never leaving here. I think this is where I live now, talking to this lady. I have no rights. I'm just like, I'm fucking flipping out. So
the food hole
she
is
puts
your
it in,
friend.
and my milk carton is open. And I was like, I'm so embarrassed about this. I was like, trying to poison me, bitch. And I shove the food back out and it explodes all over the ground, just everywhere. And I was like, well, now that's your fucking problem, isn't it? And just leave it down there. And then I'm like, I'm so proud of myself. I'm like, fuck her. I hate this lady. She sucks. But like from anybody else's eyes, they're like, this bitch is crazy. She has lost her shit. And now, finally, 10 minutes later, she comes into my cell, right? And she goes, strip. And I was like, what? I'm sorry? Excuse me? Strip. Remove your clothes. I was like, no, okay. And then like she makes me take off my jumpsuit.
Do it slowly.
Yeah. And then I'm wearing my granny panties. She's like, keep going. I'm like, no. And she makes me take all my clothes off. So I'm fucking butt naked in this glass cube with this mean lady, right? That clearly I've been berating, maybe like 40, I don't know, that I've clearly been berating for hours. Just like an entitled dick. And so I'm completely naked, and she wraps me in what I have to imagine is a straitjacket, but not, because it's like Velcro and it's like a tarp. So she wraps me like all like bound into this Velcro.
Yeah, we don't need metal.
You were
tarp.
constrained.
I was constrained, but it still had Velcro. So like when she like leaves and shuts me in there naked in this like thing, I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I like open my arms and it falls to the ground, and then I have to wrap it around myself like a towel because I don't know how to put it back on. So now just this maniac is like pacing on her metal platform in a fucking tarp, just like muttering to herself, like, how the fuck do I get here? Whatever. Just like completely a lunatic. And so, go ahead.
So like you sobered up at this point, but by the time you'd sobered up, you'd started devolving into madness.
I was going mad, and like,
absolutely.
And also like there was a cell next to me where I thought there were like 3 people in there because I heard all these different voices, which I found out later was just one. So that person belonged in the mental ward. But here's how I know.
It sounds like both y'all did.
Right. I did. I definitely did. I lost my cool and ended up in a tarp straitjacket thing. And so I'm thinking like back to the story, if this next thing didn't happen, then I would know, oh, maybe jail is just scary and crazy and everybody's mean, But no, because eventually, hours go by. I get talked to by the psychiatrist guy, and he's like, "What are you doing in this outfit?" And I'm like, "Well, I kind of flipped out a little bit." He's like, "Sure did." And then he like gives me my he gives me my clothes back, and I'm like, "Thank God." And then he puts me in the cell with my friend Jess, and I go into her cell, which is like she could see mine because like it was like L shaped, and like I was she could see kind of like the what is it like the what do you call it, profile, so she could see like the food flying out, but I couldn't see her. So I'm thinking like I couldn't see anybody but this lady, but she could see me. And apparently like she's been trying to get them to let her talk to me. They're like, she'll calm down if like she knows I'm here and whatever. And so I go into her fucking cell, dude. Not only does she have other people in it, so it's like not like scary alone, you know, listening to this maniac that's one person that sounds like three, but she's got mattresses, she's got sheets and blankets. She's got a phone coming through her food hole, bro, because she didn't lose her cool like me.
And needs to take calls while in prison.
Oh my God. No, like it's just like if you're nice, they'll treat you nicer. And like that she said one thing that made me lose my shit. And then it was all my fault from there, dude.
You were crazy.
I was crazy. Yeah. I lost my cool. I lost it.
But you got a tattoo, tooth work, prison time, arrested all in one day.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then we got robbed while we were in jail, so we had to call the cops again. So that was fun.
While in jail?
Yeah.
What? How?
Because the third girl named Jessica, who lived downstairs, was there. And she's
Florida's
like,
so
go?
original.
Like
so
house.
Yeah, so she knew that we were gone, so she robbed us while we were in jail.
Smart bitch.
Right? Yeah.
That is cunning, and I don't like her.
I know, right? Just really rough day for Jess. And it would have been better if I didn't scream at the guard and lose my clothes and, you know.
A bunch of other things.
And
like
a bunch of other things. I could have done better, dude. I could have done better.
But I like your psychiatrist, too. He's like, why are we in this?
Yeah, exactly. He's like, you know what you did.
Yeah.
So for you think the moment that you, like, specifically lost your cool was more like the... not the line about shooting yourself in the face. That was more like you trying to be funny.
Yeah, that was because I hadn't lost my cool. I was just tired. That was just bad humor. Yeah. But even still, like she was in the same like segment as me, the mental segment, because she did have like, you know, she had like I guess she must have told him like she was on meds for, you know, so they put her there anyway, even though she didn't make a joke. But like I would have just probably been in the regular area if I hadn't made that joke. So but like that wasn't necessarily
with the slumber party room. Hey girls, we got the phone in here.
Right. That wasn't necessarily losing my cool. That was just being a dumbass, you know.
Yeah.
But like I still could have like, you know, maybe she would have seen I was calm and been like, here's a blanket because it's freezing, you know, or like maybe you've been okay for the past couple hours. I'll put you in a room with a mattress, you know, but no, it just went all downhill from there. So I lost my cool like 6 times.
Sure.
And it was bad. Yeah. It was bad.
I mean, yeah, you definitely lost your cool. Not the finest showing. I will say something though that you can like take solace in is like when you lost your cool and when you lost your cool, Landon, you guys were 19. And this is a story that I told from like maybe 9 months ago.
Oh, yeah. You need to get a grip, man.
Yeah, I'm kidding. It was I was 19 also.
I was waiting for you to be like, it was 2 days ago.
It was literally this morning.
Sorry. Somebody had done that joke too recently that I really liked. Liz, she was like, no, like really yesterday.
Yeah, really.
Not comedy yesterday.
Not comedy yesterday.
Yeah. That is something that I will go out of my way. I'll be like, it was yesterday, August 14th. I swear to God.
Oh,
Jesus,
man.
that is brutal. I mean, as
know.
much as
but you
lost
got
your
taken
cool,
to drunk tank, or you got taken to drunk tank.
Drunk
pretty
tank.
Much.
I was in drunk tank at first, but that was before intaking the joke. So like, I'm just tired and I'm 19. Don't make me answer questions. Yeah, dude. Yeah, no, that was 1,000% my fault from the beginning to the end.
Get arrested for partying in a.
I have all these questions.
Oh, sorry.
I have all these questions too about like, first of all, why would you open that door that wide for any cop?
It didn't have to be wide though. Like it was like, but you're right. It was like I was like, hello, because I'm drunk. You know, whatever. But like, you know, the way the apartment was, when you opened it even a little, it basically put a spotlight on the living room, which is where all the bad stuff was. Like we had a fucking gravity bong on the table
in Florida before.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a common like design feature of all college apartments. Like the second you open it up, you see a bong.
Yeah.
No matter what, it's always like that's where the bong goes. Is always
but it was the license that really instigated.
Yeah. Well, the license allowed allowed them to come in. Like we could have like
this is a felony, and that's what I hate about cops sometimes is because he goes, "Oh, this feels good." That
Oh,
I got
yeah.
you so good, little
Dude,
girl.
That was
yeah.
probably illegal of him to take your wallet from you like that.
Yeah, but
Probably.
how's he gonna? How am I
doesn't.
gonna? Yeah.
Take
The
him to
fuck are you
court for
gonna do?
grabbing.
They do a lot of illegal shit.
Oh
anyway.
yeah.
No, but no, that was dumb. Yeah, and there were definitely like other felonies of like drugs people left out that like became my fault because they wouldn't claim them. So it was like, it was a big problem.
They
for
put it
Jess.
all on you.
The only
You were
time
the
someone
scapegoat
didn't
for
say that
everybody.
was their cocaine.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, it wasn't cocaine.
Are you friends with any of those kids
No,
anymore?
well, the one it was actually like Xanax. It was 2 Xanax, which were like a felony per pill because it was like a controlled prescription. There was no cocaine or anything like that, but like it was 2 pills, so I got 3 felonies from that situation.
Wait, really?
Yeah, and it was bad, and I didn't know. I didn't talk to that kid because I knew they were his for 5 years. And then, like, it was down to the point where anytime I went home and they were like, well, he wants to come to the party, can he? I'm like, fuck him. He's not allowed to party.
Yeah.
But then eventually it's
Threw
like, if
you
you
all
hold
under
in,
the
like, all
bus.
this, like, hatred and stuff, it gives you cancer.
Cancer.
So, yeah, I don't
That's
want,
another
I don't,
episode.
I don't want to do that. Yeah, for another time, we'll talk about that.
This whole time was just imagining, like, well, at least Jess got to leave and then nothing. But I didn't realize you got, like, a fucking felony charge from this
I got
bullshit.
3 felony charges and 2 misdemeanors. I got evicted from my apartment.
Holy fuck.
I almost got kicked out of school. I had to be on probation for 1.5 years. I had to clean lots of dog shit out of this dog park on community service. It was a bad scene.
Where's
But
that
that
tattoo?
wasn't.
It's here. It's a little. Should I whip it out?
She's pointing to her forehead.
This is it. Look at how gross it looks now. And they also told me don't do that. It's gonna age poorly. Well, another episode. Here
You're
we
like,
are.
I'm 19. I'm gonna live forever.
Like, I know more than you, person who's in charge of this.
God
Okay.
damn, that's brutal.
19-year-old
went through
Jessica
all
was
of
a
it.
fucking idiot, dude.
Yeah.
She was such a bozo.
Let's have an episode, and the theme will be "Don't be 19 years old."
Right.
Yeah. Don't be a teenager.
Yeah.
It's bad. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Also, very honorable of you taking the hits and just taking
Well,
them.
it was helpful that I took the felonies because the other Jess didn't get evicted, so I got to live with
such
her.
a funny statement.
They just locked
kinda-
my bedroom. And
oh,
so,
my felonies.
Yeah, no. And like since I already had one, I was kind of screwed because of the ID.
Oh, this old thing.
Yeah.
That old
One felony, 10 felonies, big deal.
What's federal prison?
Who cares?
Holy shit.
Yeah, no good, dude.
But what jerk friends too?
I know. No,
Yeah.
they weren't friends. And that's what you learn too about people is like he was somebody that I knew since high school and like supposedly was like in love with me and always had a crush on me even though I never reciprocated. And it's like in the one moment you get to prove yourself that you're a
Yeah.
real friend. You let me go to jail
Fucked it up.
for your bullshit. Yeah.
Here's that bus Nick's waiting for. Hut.
Yeah.
Oh, zoom, zoom.
Zoom. Yeah.
Sorry, girl.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
wild. A lot of lessons. I learned lessons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, note to self. First of all, don't go to jail. Second of all, don't make jokes while you're in there. Be
Yeah.
nice to the guards.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't go to school in Orlando.
Yeah.
No sass talk.
Yeah, well, now I know. Like, now what I learned from that is like, oh my God, you don't act well in these situations. Cops hate you in general, too. 'Cause
I
like
can see that
Yeah,
about
no,
you.
my voice,
Yeah.
like, they don't like it. They're like, stop your attitude. I'm like, this is what I sound like, like they just don't. So I just like, I don't drink and drive. I don't, anything that could possibly put me in jail, I avoid because I'm like, you're
Good
not,
job.
you're
Yeah,
not going to
yeah.
handle this shit
You're
well.
a hero.
Yeah, right. I'm a hero
Teach
because
us your ways.
I am a law-abiding citizen.
now.
Yeah, now.
Got you while you were young. Yeah. That's hilarious.
Yeah. Well, shit.
Well, shit, we did it, guys.
Well,
We
Shit.
did it.
We did
Thank
it.
you, Landon, so much for being here. Is there anything that you would like to plug before we go?
Jess and I, every
Yeah.
Tuesday
Yeah.
night at 8 p.m., host a wonderful comedy show and open mic at the Hollywood Hotel called Hollywood Nights. So a comedy show and open mic.
Yeah.
Come check it out.
It's
Sign-ups at 7:30.
fucking
Yes.
best.
Yeah, it's the best.
It's great. Anything, Jess, you got?
Just really let's like tell them about like because we're gonna this is our first episode but everything is basically
Hi.
in the works and we're going to by the time we launch this have a website that you can find like our social links at and just learn more about the next episodes coming up, all that stuff. You can find us on Instagram at The Hard Way Pod. and on Twitter at the Hard Way Pod 411 because everybody has done things the hard way, so I had to add a number. And I figured 411 was like information instead of being like the hard way 7. I tried to get the hard way 69, but it was taken.
That's done.
Damn it.
And that's just somebody's dad. It's not even a good one.
You're not even using it.
I'm gonna show you the hard way.
That's all.
Brandon, get out of my office.
Yeah, so we'll do another one next week.
Yeah, we're gonna do another one. And hey guys, don't lose your cool.
Don't lose your cool.
Thank you for having me.
All right, thanks guys.
Thank you. Bye.